Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me this evening. Now today's pickup is one of those ones where you either love it, you kind of like it, or you absolutely hate it. So I'm going to pop this box open. I'm going to give it my honest impression, and just for that reason alone, you should do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and all the stuff that all the other YouTubers talk about all the time. You know, I need that too. It helps me out tremendously. So let's get this box, let's pop it open. Just a little observation, they did not put the Just Do It tape on this particular box. Not quite sure what prompted that change, but I'm sure people who have difficulty getting packages to their house, they greatly appreciate it. One of my favorite things to do when I get a new box. This is one of my favorite Jordan 5 boxes. I mean, this box, I think also the Jordan 6 comes in this box. Just a hodgepodge and a mishmash of all the advertisements. I mean, you have stuff from the Jordan 11 on here, the Jordan 2, looks like the Jordan 4, Jordan 6. It's just a bunch of stuff on this box. Very, very cool. I just happen to prefer this box. It's one of my favorite boxes. I like it a lot better than the cement splatter box. So here we go. This is the Jordan 5 box. Size tag reads Air Jordan 5 Retro, Jade Horizon Desert Sand. And actually on this particular box, there is that $190 MSRP. So I ended up paying $200 from the sneakers app for this shoe. And I was wondering, were early pairs fake because they all had the $190 pairs? Now this says $190, which leads me to believe that these shoes were probably sitting in transit or on the shipping docks for quite some time, back before the $200 price change for all Jordan Retros officially went into place. Pop on the top, cement splatter paper. Not terrible at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to present to you the Air Jordan 5 Jade Horizon. So like I said, immediately you either love this shoe, you kind of like it, or you absolutely hate it. You start to go into this deep dive consciously about what it is you want to accomplish being a collector. Is it for the toe? Is it for your collection as far as just having a lot of shoes? Is it for you to dress your fits up? And then try to factor in exactly where this shoe belongs. And I'm not quite sure where it belongs in my collection. I'm definitely going to try to dress it up. Before we dig too deep into that, let's go into the details of the shoe itself. Standard Air Jordan 5 Retro shape. Flip it up to the bottom, you will immediately notice that you have a worn yellow shoe. Now, what I mean by worn is this shoe actually takes some of those vintage vibes, some of the trend, the craze that's been happening with people, customizers in general, and some of the releases Jordan Brand has or collabs that Jordan Brand has done, they have prematurely aged their soles. Now, this particular sole does look like it's dyed yellow to simulate that aging process. And I think I must say, I'm a fan. We'll get into more of that yellowing on the shoe as we continue on. On the bottom, does not look like a pure black, but it kind of looks like a dark gray midsole. And that's pretty cool because it actually goes with the Jade color upper. But again, you can look right here, you can see the dark colored midsole with the white shark's teeth with the black splatter, or actually that dark gray splatter in it, which is a nice little touch. And the shark's teeth are actually, synonymous with the Jordan 5. And I really, really like that touch. So speaking of that Jade color upper, I'm not quite sure why Jordan Brand went ahead and decided to use the color Jade. Now, this is an original colorway, which is, pretty dope because we're so used to getting re-releases and retros, but this is an all original colorway that's not been done on this silhouette at least. So again, coming up to that cage, the cage is pre-weathered. It is pre-vintage, I guess, whatever. I mean, it's a dyed yellow color, and again, I like it. It makes your shoe look old and aged, and it's done straight from Jordan Brand, and that's pretty cool in my opinion. Same thing with the eye stays on the middle and top of the shoe. Again, pre-worn, probably dyed yellow or injected or molded such, and where it has that vintage look. That takes care of the lateral side, and on the medial side, it's the exact same thing. Pre-worn, pre-vintage, pre-aged, whatever you want to call it, this shoe has that. So coming to the front of the shoe, again, I'm going to make sure you'll be able to see it during the B-roll, but the cage is, of course, pre-vintage, pre-yellow. And that is evident, especially on the lace lock or Dubré, whatever you want to call it. Actually, I think this is actually the Dubré of it. The Dubré is actually pre-aged, pre-yellowed. And as a nice little tidbit, the actual lace lock itself is in pink. And I'm going to try to pull it out so you guys can get a better look at that. It's too much work. I'll do it during the B-roll. And of course, again, we do have that nice fat Jordan 5 tongue. Now, for those of you who are uninitiated to this is actually a 3M tongue. Now, most Jordan 5s do have 3M tongues, but they look as such. They're either some kind of silvery or metallic. Now, in this particular case, the Jumpman on here, as well as the surrounding parts of it, are that silver metallic material. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the flash on, and you will see. There you go, reflective tongue. The flash reveals all. As a matter of fact, this is actually pretty bright for this subdued silver tongue. I guess the 3M just looks a little duller, but it definitely shines bright in the flashlight. And of course, on the back side, Air Jordan written on the back of the tongue, black patch stitched right there on the back. Same old, same old. Not gonna bother to show you the insole. It's pretty much either white or Jade or whatever with a black Jumpman. Nothing there particular, nothing special about that. So some people are accustomed to having something special on the back of Jordan 5s. A couple of Jordan 5s I've done either had a Nike Air on the back or they've had a collegiate patch, the inspired by patch. But most run-of-the-mill Jordan 5s are gonna have the good old Nike Jumpman logo on it. And this one is no exception. Again, for the uninitiated, you're typically only gonna have a Nike Air or a collegiate patch on special edition shoes, of which this is not one of them. So don't be surprised when you don't get a Nike Air on the back of this shoe or a lot of Jordan 5s. So as far as the material is concerned, this Jade colorway, this actually is a pretty decent leather. It's almost like it's a real leather. We know Jordan Brand uses synthetic materials and they try to use some kind of pressings to make them feel tumbled or look a certain way. But this almost actually looks pretty natural, like it's straight from the cow itself. I'm gonna try to zoom in there and I do better on the B-roll, but you can kind of see the fibers in the shoe. And it's actually a smooth leather, almost like a suede. And I'm not quite sure what this material is actually made of or how it's conducted or put together, but it feels pretty good to the touch. It feels good in hand, and I like it. It actually makes the Jade color pop. Now with reference to the Jade, and I really wish I had this pair of shoes, this particular shoe really reminds me of the Aleli May Jordan 14s. Now, if you're not sure who Aleli May is, she's a model and designer. She works almost exclusively with Jordan Brand. And she put out a Jade 14 maybe last year that has a lot of khaki color and Jade hints of it with gold elements. Her being, I think, half black, half Filipino. She wants to tie her roots into that. Now, this particular shoe has some Far Eastern elements to me. Jade is really a color that's in a lot of jewelry made in the Far East, and this looks like a worn, faded Jade shoe. This would really be a nice compliment to that Aleli May 14. So one of the most disappointing things about this shoe is that there is no additional laces. I think Jordan Brand could have really benefited from giving us a couple of lace swap options, but I'm going to come through and I'm going to give you a couple of lace swap options when I take these guys, put them out on feet. So currently, resale is actually pretty low, and I don't know, even if you do want this shoe, if I would pay resale for it right away. This shoe, after it dropped, actually had a couple of restocks, and we know the supply chain issues are wreaking havoc across manufacturers on all industries. So it's a good chance there's going to be some late shipments delivered to your local foot stores, Foot Locker, Foot Action, Jimmy Jazz, what so have you. I mean, these shoes kept coming out after release day. There's probably so many shoes in the Nike warehouse. I actually got this from the sneakers app, no problem. Now, in the event that this shoe does not become available at your local foot sites or online again, resale again is pretty low. Again, I'm not a particular guy who cares about resale, but it's my duty to report to you. If you want to shoot, you can go have it. Again, this is one of those shoes that make you reevaluate what you have a collection for. Is it for the toe, or is it just to amass a certain quantity of pairs? Either way, for the third time, you either love it, you kind of like it, or you hate it. And that's pretty much it for the Jordan 5 Jade Horizon. I'm about to go outside, put these guys on feet, give you a couple lace swap options. I got more shoes on the way. I think I got a couple more shoes on the way. So I appreciate you guys sticking in there with me. Do me a favor again, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, do all the good stuff. Until the next one, I've been Jay Shoe Fanatic, and I'm out of here. Let's go. Oh, the original cut. There it absolutely is. I might like it better than the 2020 version. So right, and I had to